All right, let's talk about solving an equation and identifying the properties that are being used. This is a good way to comprehend if you really understand how to solve an equation. So look at this example. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 5 from both sides because I'm trying to get x by itself. Right now, x and x minus 3 is being multiplied by 2. And 5 is being added to that. So I'm going to get rid of the addition by 5 first. And the inverse operation of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and that's going to give me this because these cancel. And negative 10 and negative 5 is negative 15. And that's called the subtraction property of equality. The fact that if you subtract the same number from both sides of an equation, that your result will be an equivalent equation. That property is called the subtraction property of equality. All right, so we're here. So now notice that I'm trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to distribute this 2. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, and it equals negative 15. So I just distributed this 2, so that is the distributive property. Next, I'm trying to get x by itself. It's being multiplied by 2. It has 6 being subtracted from it. So you get rid of the addition and subtraction first. So to get rid of subtraction, I add 6 to both sides, which gives me, these are going to cancel. So this gives me 2x equals negative 9, and that is called the addition property of equality. The fact that you can add the same number to both sides of an equation is the addition property of equality. So that gives me 2x equals negative 9. So the last thing to do is to get rid of this multiplication by 2. You do that by dividing both sides by 2. And the answer is negative 9/2, and that's the division property of equality. Now you could call this negative 4.5 or negative 4.5, but I prefer for it just to be left as a reduced fraction. You can't reduce negative 9/2 any further, so that's going to be my final answer. So negative 9/2 is the number that if you were to substitute it back in here and do all the math, the original would be true. So that's what it means to solve. To solve an equation means to find the number that would go in x's place. And if you were to do the math, it would result in a true equation. So we solved, the answer is this. We listed the properties that were used in order to solve that original equation.